Students urged to desist from activities that may disrupt their academic performance.
And in sports, joining Galaxy ready to take on Namibian side, the Marine champions, African Stars, tomorrow.
Taposa is interpreting in sign language. Welcome and thank you for staying with us. Now, President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi will participate in the 44th Ordinary SADC Summit of Heads of State and Government, which is billed for the 17th August. The summit will be hosted by the Republic of Zimbabwe as the incoming SADC chair under the theme Promoting Innovation to Unlock Opportunities for Sustained Economic Growth and Development Towards an Industrialized SADC. The summit will, among others, review the progress on the implementation of Regional Indicative Strategic Development Plan 2020-2030, as well as receive updates on key issues such as the region's peace and security agenda. The 44th SADC Summit will see the handover of the SADC chairmanship from President João Manuel Conclave Lorenzo of Angola to President Emerson Dambuzo Mnangagwa of Zimbabwe. On the margins of the summit, the SADC heads of state and government will participate in high-level events, which will include visit to the Pomona Waste Management Facility and the Museum of the African Liberation, which showcases Africa culture and liberation history. President Masisi will be accompanied by Dr. Lemogang Kwape, Minister of Foreign Affairs and senior government officials. President Masisi and his delegation will return home on the 18th of this month. Now, President Masisi says it is possible for Moshupa district to be turned into a hub of trade. When officially opening the Moshupa district show, the president highlighted that the show's theme, Embrace Your Trade, is well aligned with BOTSWANA Vision 2036 pillars. He stated that the 35.6 hectares no Moshupa district showground will in future need to be extended because there will be numerous businesses arising in the district. He challenged exhibitors to improve quality of their products in order to attract more clientele.
Ya 2036 le maikemisetso a me ke le morotloetsi mogolo wa 2036 ke le mampudi champion ke le sekao sa gore re dire jang gore kgone go hitlhella maikelo a rona a ra ipetse re le batswana a 2036 ga ra amogele kgwebo ya rona re amogele ne ya rona ke tsa gore mongwe le mo leng hana o ikamogetse a ba amogela gore o na le sabe o na le karolo ya gagwe mo kgwebong tse di tla dirwang kwana.
Students at Diratsami Junior Secondary School have been implored to desist from activities that may disrupt their academic performance and expose them to risks that affect their future plans. The First Lady, Ms. Noma Sisi, made this call on Friday during the school's prize-giving sponsored walk in Moshupa. She says it is important for students to work hard and devote their time to learning in order to better optimize their country's resources in the near future.
The First Lady, Ms. Naoma Sisi, has pledged to inject 15,000 pula towards the school's prize-giving ceremony slated for September this year. The contribution will augment what the school has already raised and will be used to procure valuable educational gadgets such as tablets, laboratory equipments, among others, for students who will get 80% and above in their mid-year examinations. Ms. Masisi challenged these students to aim higher than this pass rate and keep at bay negative influences that may distract their academic performance. This school, which is faced with challenges such as shortage of classrooms and other resources that could help to boost academic performance, intends to use more fundraising activities to motivate the learners and preoccupy them with extracurricular activities that will nurture and develop their talent.
Science, practically. Aka ska ira experiment tota hela go tlhelelega ka a tlhaloganya go gaisa ja ka ha morutabana a tlhalositse ba tla morutabana a tlhalose ngwana ba bona tlhalose o jaanong ha go setse go iwa ko tafoleng go ira the experiment.
Calls to develop a mindset shift that fosters students' ability to believe more in their academic potential were also made.
We're going to have to be disciplined. We have to because we are the leaders of tomorrow, we're the leaders of today. We just have to find that little bit of spark. We are not academically gifted, but there is something which we as children can get a living out of.
Meanwhile, the First Lady also pledged 10,000 pula and 5,000 pula to Diratsami students who will get merits, A-star, and A's in the coming junior certificate examinations. BTV News, Moshupa.
Preparations for the National Agriculture Show are said to be progressing well and are at an advanced stage. When touring the showgrounds, Minister of Agriculture Fidelis Malau called on the organizing committee to consider partnering with private investors to develop part of the land allocated for the show so it can be utilized all year round and not only during the event. Donald Tatamatanga and Alton Khotarala compiled this one.
The National Agriculture Show is one of the biggest agricultural shows hosted in the capital city of Gaborone. On his tour of the showground, Minister of Agriculture stated that government has invested over 13 million pula for the upgrading of the showground facilities. He says they are expecting an increase of farmers and other exhibitors in this year's show, despite declaration of a drought for this year.
13 million a ileng gore rare re tshwanetse ra baakanya one masaka ra tsenya le borulelo tota gore.
We have disbursed 13 million for facilities maintenance, including installation of roofs at our kraals so that our animals can be viewed in shaded areas.
Ba tsena mo masakeng ba tsena go pehela le go na le supiwa teng e be ile gore re mo letsatsing re mo ditholeng
ke ngwaga ya luka. Though
facing drought, I can assure you that our farmers will exhibit their animals and produce in large numbers. Sitting on an 81-hectare land, of which only 10 hectares is utilized, the organizing committee has called upon investors and other show sponsors to partner with them to develop the unutilized chunk of land so it can be brought to the international standards. We wish to partner with private investors for the development of our showground to bring it to the same level of developed countries.
I still want to insist and implore you sponsors for I
implore our sponsors to demand the showground development plan and buy space to build permanent structures that can operate year-round, at the same time generating money for the show.
A permanent structure the
week-long National Agriculture Show will begin on the 19th to the 24th of this month and will be officially opened by President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi.
The Minister of Defence and Security is also the area member of Parliament for Gabane-Mankgodi constituency. Mr. Kagiso Musi has urged foundations to work together to ensure they achieve their mandate of assisting communities in their areas. Mr. Musi was speaking at the launch of the Sylast Foundation in Gabane recently. Lizzie Klaas.
Sylast Foundation is a non-profit-making charitable trust which is legally registered to address some of the challenges facing the community of Gabane by showing compassion. According to the founder of Sylast Foundation, Ms. Maoneka Makati Brown, this foundation is established by the Brown's family members with the main objective of assisting the community on areas such as education, providing health care and other issues that affect the society. Our main objective is to invest in our local communities. By starting from where we live, we also want to encourage people to work together as one unit. Other foundations which are also part of this event applauded Sylast Foundation for the gesture on their work they do in Khabane.
Empathy and integrity guide our every move. We will work hand in hand to bridge divides, uplift communities, and create sustainable solutions that will stand the test of time.
This foundation, or a part of us as the community, so that we take this village to the high heights. We'll work together and strive to make sure that we take development of this village, especially those who has been unfortunate throughout the time, to the next level.
On other issues, Minister Musi urged different foundations to find a common ground and work together as they share similar objectives. There are other foundations like this one. You need to work together and work on bringing a change upon the lives of communities. Let's not focus on one side because our contribution can make a difference.
Maybe an umbrella committee or board because all in all, the similarities. So because we are dealing mostly with social issues.
Meanwhile, Minister Musi, the village leadership, together with the community, planted a palm tree, which they say signifies success as they wish this foundation a fruitful journey on their quest to improve people's lives. Lizzie Glass, BTV News, Khabane.
You're watching BTV News. Thank you for staying with us. Now, the Ministry of Health wishes to inform the public that it will start an investigation and research on polio disease in Gaborone and surrounding areas this month, starting on the 19th to the 25th. These investigations will encompass going door to door in affected areas to test children for symptoms of polio. The investigations will be done to children under the age of 15 in areas including Gaborone, Molepolole, Mogoditshane, Mopane, Metsemotlabe, Gakuto, Matseta, Tlokeng, Khabane, Tloaneng, Ramotswa and Mokolodi. This will be done in efforts to fight polio disease, which was observed at Glen Valley in Gaborone. The public is advised to cooperate with health officials in this investigation. Now, moving on, High Court Judge Michael Leburu has sentenced Ernest Lehwale and Hamadi Mkuha to 40 years imprisonment each after the court convicted them of the murder of Tato Miswele. Judge Leburu also sentenced Mkuha, who hails from Zimbabwe, to another 12 months imprisonment for unlawfully staying in Botswana without proper immigration documents. Unkutlile Tamagi.
Judge Leburu says after taking into account submissions by both defense and the prosecution, it is befitting for the court to impose an appropriate sentence that will induce a sense of shock on the two convicts, looking at the fact that Ernest Lehwale and Hamadi Mkuha acted together to murder Lehwale's ex-wife, Dimpho Miswele, and mistakenly murdered Tato Miswele, who was innocent. He says Ernest Lehwale ignored his educational background and intelligence and believed that his ex-wife and her mother were acting together to bewitch him. Judge Leburu says hitman Mkuha murdered Tato Miswele after receiving an order from Ernest Lehwale to trace and kill his ex-wife Dimpho Miswele, something which tells the court that the convicts were doing that intentionally. Leburu then sentenced the two convicts, Ernest Lehwale and Hamadi Mkuha, to 40 years imprisonment term each on count 1 of murder and also sentenced Mkuha to 12 months for unlawful stay in Botswana without proper immigration documents. Judge Liburu's judgment brings to a close a case which started in September 2015. The court then convicted the duo in May this year. Ungutle Tamare, BTV News, High Court, Gaborone.
Kgosi Lotlamorel II of Barolong applauded Sylast Foundation for playing a role in improving and developing lives of Botswana, indicating that this will help in making sure that every Botswana has an equal access to services and socio-economic opportunities. Kgosi Lotlamorel mentioned this as he appreciated 48 tracksuits donated to Good Hope Primary School special unit students. Lone Sekobo reports.
Social inclusion is cardinal to ending poverty and fostering prosperity, as well as empowering marginalized citizens, which aligns with the Vision 2036 of human and social development.
Se ke kgwetlho mo go ba bangwe batho ba re tshelang le bone gore e ne re tle ha re le ko re leng teng.
This is a challenge to others to help these children, not only in Good Hope, but let us all help their parents to try provide a conducive environment for them.
Bone ga ba na bokgoni jo batsadi ba bone ga ba na bokgoni jo bo rona re bo khona re nang le jone.
We intend to identify and provide assistance wherever possible. Good Hope Primary School has at least 29 students living with disability, and they first started this unit back in June 2017. The school appreciates this gesture. As teachers, we cannot achieve everything by ourselves, and I am very delightful for this gesture.
Ba excela thata go ditirong tsa diatla jaanong re bo botana ka lethoko.
These children excel much in vocational skills, and it is said that we do not have projects to help them enhance their skills. We also have shortage of relevant staff, which limits us to deliver on time.
Usually we tell about age ba di special education ba li few.
Sylast Foundation aims at providing a safe and enabling environment for children to grow to reach their full potential by meeting the government halfway by providing essential assistance where they can. Lone Sekobo, BTV News, Good Hope.
Now, let's take a look at stories making headlines beyond our borders. New restaurant in the suburbs of Nairobi and Kenya attracts diners through the introduction of robot servers. The restaurant called Robot Cafe in Nairobi opened 2 months, and it is the first in East Africa to offer a robot service in restaurants. The robots are given instructions just like normal waiters to go about their roles and can even go beyond their duties by singing birthday songs. Kenya joins developing countries like China, South Korea, USA, and Japan in introduction of robot serving. This move by Kenya is a testament of its advancement in the fourth industrial revolution. Despite this significant step, others are skeptical about it as they feel it may pose a threat to employment in the hospitality sector, which is the largest employer in Kenya. Now it is time for our sport news. Tato Khosimore on standby to give you that. TT, is your turn. Take it away.
Thank you, Wilbile Samoka. Welcome to the last edition of Botswana Tonight, a sports segment brought to you by Tato Khosimore. Thank you for always being with us. Our leading story. The Minister of Youth, Gender, Sport and Culture, Tumiswara Karem, has expressed concern about the dwindling number of female athletes participating in the Olympic Games over the past years. Speaking at the Team Botswana welcome ceremony following Paris 2024 Olympic Games, the minister noted that the decline number of women was more pronounced at the Paris Olympics compared to the previous editions. Out of 14 athletes who went to Paris, only 2 were female.
We are really concerned about the dwindling number of female Olympians over the years. While we saw a slight increase between the 2004 and 2020 Olympic Games, the numbers have unfortunately gone down for the Paris Olympics. On the same note, the diversity of codes have also gone down, with only athletics and swimming participating this year. We therefore challenge everybody involved, myself included, to ensure that we attain gender balance in our teams and increase the number of codes participating across all competitions. I further wish to thank the government of Botswana for recently approving our request of availing 55 million pula towards sport in schools. In fact, we are happy to announce that a number of public schools have just resumed sport, and many more are registering for the Matlagola program. Hence, we are optimistic that a lot of more young people will enjoy the privilege of playing sport and enhance our chances of gender parity in the future.
Moving on, Choppies Botswana has delivered on their promise, further going beyond their initial pledge, rewarding Botswana Paris Olympic team with additional incentives. The Choppies Enterprises gifted Team Botswana a total of 2,450,000 pula incentives, which now included the coaching staff. This was revealed by Choppies Botswana Chief Executive Officer Ramachandran Otapatum last night at the welcoming ceremony held at Boipuso Hall in Gaborone. Katla Khakole and Tsepo Kihimile.
Before the team left for the Paris 2024 Olympics, Choppies Botswana pledged the mouth-watering financial incentives to the athletes who did well at the Games as part of the company's contribution towards sports development in the country. Last night, Choppies Botswana Chief Executive Officer presented the incentives to the team, which also included coaches' rewards.
Tonight marks a historic time for us as a nation, and I'm glad that the company I lead is part of this amazing history. Sport is a part of our DNA as a country, hence why it is always imperative for us as Choppies to chip in wherever we can, big or small, to show support and gratitude to the discipline. Before 2024 Olympics commenced, we did declare some of these incentives. We were excited, and looking at Tebogo's record, we were very sure that you're going to excel, and we were preparing the checks from the day we declared the...
Still at the Team Botswana welcome ceremony dinner, various stakeholders came forth to present their rewards. The Botswana Diamond Company and their partners DTCB and DBS Group rewarded the team with 1,080,000 pula. Botswana Defence Force donated 575,000. Members of Parliament offered 63,000 pula, while His Honor the Vice President Slamba Tsohwane donated 10,000 pula.
Everywhere we get feedback today from all across Africa, people are telling us Botswana is showing us the way and how to do it. I thank you again for the honor that is given to me to speak before this esteemed audience. And I will be very short in saying again that we will support all along the way till the next Olympics. And we are happy to say that in addition to the 2 million we gave previously, we are now giving 700,000.
On Monday, members of Parliament will give Kalagadi North MP, Mr. Lita Monnakgotla, a responsibility to come hand over a gift of 63,000 pula to Team Botswana to show appreciation for the good work they did in Paris.
63,000 pula. Sa ba tlotlege ma parlamente
It is hoped that these rewards from various stakeholders will encourage the athletes to work even harder, including seriously considering taking various courses on full-time basis. Katlego Phakole, BTV Sport.
Now turning our attention to football news, head coach of Joining Galaxy Morena Ramorebudi says they did everything in their powers to prepare for their first leg encounter against the Namibia's Marine champions African Stars in the CAF Champions League preliminary stage scheduled for tomorrow at the National Stadium.
Joining Galaxy, who booked their ticket to the CAF Champions League for the first time after winning 2023-2024 Botswana Premier League Championship, said their main target is to reach group stages for the third time in a row.
We are playing against a very competitive team, very, very tactical, very organized. I think we have done our best in terms of getting the proper analysis for the match and also try to make sure that we prepare well. And obviously, no matter how many friendly matches you have played, the pressure is not the same. There's so much at stake. There's a qualification for group stage, which is at stake. So obviously, the pressure and the intensity will be different. But we have tried our level best to make sure that we don't leave no stone unturned. We tried our best to profile and analyze them. And I think we are ready to give our all.
Namibia Marine Premiership champions African Stars, who are playing their home game in Gaborone due to the unavailability of CAF-approved stadium in Namibia, promised a good start to the club championship tournament. Stars will be relying on their experience as this will be their fourth time competing in the CAF Champions League competition.
We're playing a team that has pedigree, that has tasted the group stages of Champions League. And I'm sure they want to make it a trend, We also have that same ambition. We coming into this game knowing what is at stake. Everyone is available for selection. That's a good thing, as a coach. And we just came out of winning the NFA Cup, so it's a special team on its own. Experienced players blended with young talent. So coming into this game, as I said earlier, our ambition is to go past the first hurdle, and the second hurdle will take care of itself once we get there.
The second leg of the first preliminary round will also be played in Gaborone on the 24th of this month, upon which the overall winner will take on South African Giants and the 1995 CAF Champions League winners Orlando Pirates. Kagiso Molelekwa, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
With that said, we come to the end of our Botswana Tonight Sports segment. Thank you very much for the privilege of your time. Back to Libile Samoka. And before I let you go, my brother, His Excellency Dr. Mokwetsi Eric Abetumasisi made a plea yesterday that we should give whatever we have to Team BW. And please, I pray God that you be the first one to act.
I'll keep on supporting.
Thank you.
And that is how we come to the end of this news. Let's take a reminder of our top stories. Preparations for the National Agriculture Show progressing well. Students urged to desist from activities that may disrupt their academic performance.
And then sports, Joining Galaxy ready to take on Namibian side, the Marine African Stars tomorrow.
And that is the news at this hour. Do stay with us. Where there's up next.
Good evening and welcome to today's weather forecast. I'm Pro Victoria Hosiame. Good evening and welcome to today's weather forecast. I'm Pro Victoria Hosiame. Looking at tonight's satellite images showing mostly clear conditions countrywide, and for tomorrow as well, we're expecting mostly clear conditions. In the morning, cold temperatures are expected over Khanzi, Kgalagadi, southern southeast, Gauteng, southern central and northeast, ranging between 2 to around 7 degrees. Elsewhere, mild temperatures are expected between 11 to 12 degrees Celsius. In the afternoon, hot temperatures are expected over Ngamiland and Chobe between 32 to 33 degrees Celsius. Elsewhere, warm temperatures are expected between 27 over Veda to around 30 over Khanti as well as Suapan. For active wildfires, as indicated by the red color, is showing active wildfires are burning over some areas of Ngamiland, the CKGR, Kwening, and south of Kanye. The fire danger index for tomorrow is showing dangerous to very dangerous conditions countrywide. Therefore, the public is advised to handle fire with caution. On Sunday, we're expecting mostly clear skies with hot temperatures over Kalahadi, Ngamiland, Chobe, and Northern Central between 31 to around 33 degrees Celsius. Elsewhere, warm temperatures are expected between 29 to 30 degrees Celsius. That's all I have for you tonight. Have yourself a good night.
I had the privilege of serving as the chief worker for the annual Private Sector Wellness Day, which was an event that showcased the dedication of our private sector to the health of their employees and communities. I'm informed that another Wellness Day is scheduled for this year.